So this is a reconstruction on the exact location to the exact dimensions of the Ingalls claim shanty, and the original structure was built by Charles Ingalls himself in the spring of 1880. So Pa built the family's claim shanty in 3 stages. In spring of 1880, he built a half house of 140 square feet for his family of 6. Laura describes it as having a slanted roof. So shall we enter the little house on the prairie?
I think we should take a look. This is absolutely beautiful, and
windy.
Adding to the wind of the day, they had to deal with this kind of thing all the time as well.
And deep snows in winter. And apparently their first year that they were here, so they arrived in DeSmet, or DeSmet, I don't know how you pronounce it, in 1879. And Charles Ingalls was working then for the railroad, and they stayed in the surveyor's house. But in spring 1880 was when they purchased this land for homesteading. So this was originally the livestock barn, and upstairs they've got a little mini stagecoach. And what's great about this place is they encourage the children to touch, to climb, to feel, and to get engaged with everything. So you don't have to worry about telling your kids to stop climbing on things.
Yeah, it's nice. It teaches them how to learn rope like they did back then, wash clothes how they did back then. You know, it's a real hands-on
how they
experience.
did gardening, and they would have made their own candles and for fire. Now, there's not that much wood here, so for fire, would they have got cow poop?
Cow patties, buffalo chips.
Yeah, and I don't know whether or not the buffalo were around still back in the 1880s here. I wonder if you can burn horse poop. That's a question for you.
Poll the audience.
Answer down below. And then, of course, in the winter, because of the snow, and they have snow for what, 6 to 8 months of the year up here, I believe. Maybe not that long, but they'd have to have a sleigh.
That would be fun, though.
Yeah. So this church was built in 1905, and it was 10 miles away from the Ingalls homestead and relocated onto the property. Wow, so this was built to the exact dimensions. Oh, it's very dark, isn't it?
It is dark in here. We're going to leave this open for a minute.
The little table, the little wash. This is Ma's weekly routine. Wash on Monday, iron on Tuesday, mend on Wednesday, churn on Thursday, clean on Friday, bake on Saturday, and rest on Sunday.
That sounds like a good routine.
Oh wow, look at the stove. Now stage 2 was added in 1881, added the second half, which was an additional 140 square feet, and this created 2 tiny bedrooms, each with a window. And then on stage 3, Mary learned to play the organ while she was attending the Iowa School for the Blind, and Pa and Laura worked and saved money to purchase a pump organ as a surprise for Mary's homecoming. Pa also built a 12-foot by 16-foot addition to make room for the organ, and now it became a real house. This was Pa's hay roof barn. Let's see what surprises they have.
Oh, we've got...
Oh my goodness.
Kitties.
Look there. Chickens for eggs. And I don't know what that is.
A little. Oh, and we've got a baby cow.
She's a young'un, or he. He's a little boy. Hello, darling. Aren't you adorable? Hello. Oh, am I getting kisses? Oh, sweetheart. You want a suckle, don't you? You've got no teeth. Oh, are you teething? Now, apparently, Almanzo, which was Laura's husband, he actually trained calves to pull. True story.
All right, we'll let those rambunctious bunch play.
Yes. Hello, darling. Did you want a little tickle as well? Oh. Whoops. Baby kitties. Baby calves. I'm in my element.
So in case you guys didn't know, we are both animal lovers. Animals just like some of us more than others. We won't go into that right now, though. But we wanted to just take a moment to give a special shout out to somebody that's doing some very important work that we appreciate so much. It's Ollie's Rat Pack.
Yeah, now Ollie's Rat Pack is a rescue and transport non-profit organisation. Kevin does it all from his house in California. And his motto is, fostering saves lives. So get out there and foster a rescued animal. So this was the well that Pa Ingalls dug after he built the house. And it's quite a distance away from the house. And the last thing, they put a cover on to stop the baby falling in. And it still works. Now, could you imagine having to walk from the house all this way to get your water? And I guess water in those days was a luxury. I don't know whether or not it would have frozen in the winter though, because they have really, really cold winters. Apart from the TV show in the 70s with Melissa Gilbert and Melissa Sue Anderson and Michael Landon,
Right.
they never made a movie like they did with the other 70s TV shows.
No, they didn't. And I guess I just, probably because it was too wholesome and family friendly. I mean,
What, no blood, guts, murder and...
yeah, there was no drama per se in it, no things that Hollywood likes to spice up.
So according to this sign, this is the Johnson School and it was established in 1881. So I'm not entirely sure whether or not this is the location of the original school that burnt down, and that would have been the school that Laura had attended.
Yeah.
But at the age of 15, Laura became a teacher. Can you believe that? 15 years old, and she went around to the schools in the area, including this one,
Yeah.
and taught the classes while she was still studying. And she gave up teaching, I believe, in 1885 when she married her husband, Almanzo. And this is, you've got all of the Wilders and Ingalls dates of born and died. Now, did you know also, so all of the Ingalls women that gave birth to baby boys, all the baby boys died at birth, every single one of them.
Really?
Yep.
That's bizarre. Another neat thing about this facility is you can rent one of these bunkhouses, and behind it you've got like one of the old shepherd's wagons. I guess it's slightly bigger than Tonto.
A tiny home.
You can rent those to stay in. There's several of them. You got a nice picnic table, fire pit, water. and, of course, the loo. So given the choice, what would you choose to live in back then? One of these, a dugout. I'll give you a tour inside. So you've got the sod wall, which was dug down into the earth here. Very cozy, dark, so I mean you could sleep well in here.
Yeah, the thing is also, this is a reproduction dugout, but the Ingalls family lived in one of these when they lived in Minnesota at Walnut Grove.
Yeah. So that's option number one. Now we'll take you over to option number two. Here's the second choice, the shanty. So obviously this is built with materials that you could find around, maybe have to purchase or take from another structure. And look at the newspaper all over the wall to help with insulation. So there is a little bit more room in this one.
More room, more light. Probably would not hold up to the weather as well as the dugout though.
That's part of the pros and cons. I mean,
but you do have more storage because where the roof pitch is, you have got place to put things. I don't know. I think I'd actually prefer the shanty than the dugout.
Yeah? I don't know. I was wondering, kind of leaning maybe a little bit more towards the dugout. One, because it's be a little bit, at the time, cheaper to build. You dig it yourself, and then if you need more storage, you dig another room off of it. Less chance of it, you know, having fire problems, which is, as we know, the downfall of many, many ghost towns and mining camps.
That's very true, actually.
So, material-wise, it is darker, and it probably, you know...
But it probably is insulated better.
Insulated
so
a bit better.
Warmer in the winter and cooler in the summer.
Absolutely. Now this is quite amazing, but these 5 cottonwood trees, it's kind of hard to see. It looks like only 4, but there's a couple in there. So these were planted by the father to represent all of his daughters. But these are the only ones that remain out of the thousands that he planted. It is pretty remarkable to see that piece of history still standing as well. While I was doing that last segment, Andrea's gone walkabout, and I think I know exactly where to find her. You've got all of them.
No, there's only 3. I don't know where the 4th one is. But these 3 are all sleepy. Aren't you, darling? You're so adorable. Sound asleep. Here is the final resting place of Charles Ingalls, or Pa, who died in 1902, I believe from a heart attack. And by the looks of the stone, he was a mason. Here we have the mother, Caroline Ingalls, or Ma. Now this was the baby born to Laura, and I believe he was stillborn. This is Laura's sister, Mary Ingalls, and Caroline Ingalls Swansea. Now she was known as Carrie, and she lived in Keystone. We went to the school that she used to teach at. So we hope you've enjoyed our little tour of the Ingalls homestead. There's a lot to see here and do, and baby animals to pet. And you can also do horse rides and live the life like the people did in those days on the prairie.
Exactly, and it's fun. It is fun for the entire family. If you have children, smaller children, like I said, there's activities that they teach them how to build rope and wash clothes, that thing, and everything is hands-on here. So it's not like they're displays, you can't touch them. They encourage you to get a real hands-on experience, which I think is wonderful.
Sorry, I'm mesmerised by the little kitty.
So on that note, get out there, go and explore, put another pin in the atlas, and we'll see you on our next adventure.
And remember to give the videos a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done already, ring the notification bell, and for those of you who have already subscribed, check that you still are, because YouTube have a way of unsubscribing people. True story.
Bye.
Bye.